Banana Slam Jam.
Ari, everyone
Yes.
watching, we had to take a separate educational tidbit from the Ari session this week because
This blew my mind.
he apparently is getting his mind blown, and I'm getting
Yes.
my mind blown that people misunderstood this subject. So Ari
Chat
is
is
in a-
with me. Some
yeah.
people in chat is with me, coach.
There's plenty of people in chat that are with him to the point where the fact that this is misunderstood by even 2% of the Dota community is a travesty. So he said to me, because they're losing, he's a support, and what he said to me was, I'm trying to take back our half of the map. So
Yes.
what he was doing for the last 10 to 15 minutes in a losing game was he kept warding his own jungle. Notice how if we look at the mini map, we see a jungle ward bottom and a jungle ward top. And
Always.
what confused me, guys, is that he's thinking about the map in terms of the dire... let me play this in slow motion so I can draw. He's thinking of the map... 1 second. Do I have to do it like this? Yeah, he's thinking of the map as this being the half, guys. And I want you to realize, when you are ahead or behind, if you want to control an entire half of the map, when the border of the half is through the middle like this, that is controlling all 3 lanes, guys. If you believe that this is half of the map, then you do not truly understand what the dead lane concept means. Because the dead lane concept simply means when you're ahead, you control 2 out of 3 lanes. That's like the fundamental, like, if you could write the 10 commandments of the dead lane concept, the first one would be you control 2 lanes. Like, that would be, like, I decree that you should control 2 lanes. So if you think this is half the map, this is technically, effectively, 100% of the map, because you're controlling all 3 lanes. So the only time I would say you can control all 3 lanes is when you're up by like 25,000 net worth and the opponent can't leave their base. That's like the only scenario where you control all 3 lanes. And Ari's telling me, I know Ari's laughing his ass off over there, that when he's losing by 16k, that he's trying to defend his half of the map, which to me means he's trying to control all 3 lanes. Because when we talk about controlling that ward, if you control this jungle, I want you and everyone else to realize this, Ari. If you control this jungle, that means you control the lanes that surround it. Okay? That means you control this lane and you control this lane. If you control this jungle, that means you control this lane and this lane. So, once again, reiterating and reemphasizing that if you put a ward here and here, you are telling me you expect to control the entire map in terms of 3 lanes. You control all 3 lanes. So, what the actual, that's the myth. The myth, Dota map is divided in half, like this. That's the myth. Fact, actuality, Dota map is divided like this.
The mid lane divide.
Mid lane divides it. Because if you say, I control this half of the map, the top half, or the bottom half, that can be done by controlling 1.5 or 2 lanes, right? Technically 1.5 to 2 lanes. Because, like, sometimes mid lane can kind of go, like, equally controlled by both teams. Both teams are pushing the lane. Nobody feels exactly safe in the mid lane. That happens a lot. And that, you can easily control this entire half of the map, even when you're losing. If you guys watch competitive Dota, right, or even just, high-tier pubs in general, there's this concept called mirroring the map, meaning that when one team is winning, they're going to try to go for all their objectives. They're going to try to take towers. They're going to try to take control of the map. And when the opponent when the team that's losing, usually what they're going to do if they can't fight is mirror what the opponent's doing. Do you think the mirror reflection is the opponent team here and you here? No. It's them here and you here. That's what the mirror looks like. So, like, the reflection line, the folding in half line, is down the middle. So,
blowing my mind, coach.
I've said a lot here, Ari. Do you have any this is not meant to be insulting. I need to know if there's anything here that is not super obvious to you now, because if there's anything else, I actually wouldn't know. I wouldn't know to explain it. So, is there any further questions you have about this?
Honestly, totally makes sense to, because they're controlling their half of the map. I totally dewarding a place that they already control or a lane they already control is very obvious already for me, and it creates no pressure for them. Warding or trying to control the triangle moving forward, that creates pressure for them, because then my AM can start farming their jungle and start maybe doing some pressure top. It's more of the fact, like, it's also a perspective of, oh, why am I dewarding a place they already control lane wise because they took our safe lane? That's pretty much the first step. If I wanted to create pressure, it's almost me like saying we have to walk all the way here all the time to create pressure, when we can walk at the opposite side on their top, on their safe lane, and create proper correct pressure by controlling that half of the map. So it's very obvious now for sure.
To expand upon what you just said, and I want to make sure I understand you correctly and everyone else understands what I'm about to say correctly, is that part of warding is that usually in the late game, something that's even done wrong by pretty much non-professional support players, like I'm talking like a very stark few of support players actually understand this, is at this stage in the game, the like 30 minutes plus, the importance of wards is that you can protect them. Like that you, like if the enemy walks into them, that's like the most advantageous place for you to fight them. So like you don't want to place wards in general that you can't protect. If you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel, all that shenanigans, because at the end of the day, YouTube does care about that. You may not care about it, I may not care about it, but the YouTube algorithm does. So please do.